Hello, my dear friends. This is Rabbi Aharon Dobinsky coming to you today from the beautiful city of Yerushalayim, the holy city of Yerushalayim, in the beautiful state of Israel. I hope you're all doing very well. I have some announcements towards the end of this, which I hope you'll like, and we'll take it from there. But last week we talked about what Hashem expects of you, what He would like you to do. We're going to take it one step further for just a moment, and then we're going to move on a little bit. This week's Parsha, Ra'eh, starts with one of the things I love most in Torah, because it actually, in a very succinct paragraph, tells you an awful lot of information, and I'm going to get into why it's so important and how do you do it and what is your impetus of this thing. It says, this will be opening words, Ra'eh, see, I present before you today a blessing and a curse. The blessing that you listen to the commandments of Hashem your God that I command you today, that we talked about last week. And the curse, if you do not listen to the commandments of Hashem your God, and you stray from the path that I command you today to follow the gods of others that you do not know. It's very simple, it's very succinct. What are the gods you do not know, etc., etc. It's very simple. You're either on Hashem's side or you're not on Hashem's side. There really is no middle ground. You can't sort. I'm kind of like Hashem, but there's really some great stuff over here that I think is important too. If it's important, Hashem has already seen that, and He's given it to us. It's what we have to do. We've been given the package. There is nothing outside the package that is relevant to the package, except to say, don't. It's not part of what you are given. It's you making the decision. As we've talked about in the past, we have been given a brain so that we have free choice. We can make the choice in anything. Hashem doesn't make us do this. That's why it says, I give you a choice today. I give you a choice. I'm not saying you do it. I give you a choice. The choice is yours. And you can get the blessings or you can get the curses. And the choice is entirely up to each and every one of us as to what we bring into our life, the blessings or the curses. However, understand that when we talk about doing these things, there's something that we kind of put in last week and we maybe glossed over a little bit. There's actually an impetus into why we would do all this. Why would you do all this for Hashem, for God? You can't see Him. He doesn't talk to you personally. He's talked to your progenitors, but He doesn't talk to us personally. Every day we don't get up and say, hey, Hashem, how you doing? What's going on? How's the world? We assume He knows the answers to all these questions and He handles it appropriately. Therefore, why would we do all these things? Last week talks about it. We glossed over it, and I'm going to tell you today. It's love. Love of Hashem. Because we love Him. And yes, it is one of the things He did request from us last week, is that we love Him. We respect Him. We do what He says. Why would you do anything He says if you don't love and respect Him? You wouldn't. There'd be no reason. Why would we do anything if we don't love and respect Him? And to love and respect Him, there's something that is prerequisite on that as well. Because you have to love yourself first. If you do not love yourself, you cannot love anything or anybody else. Loving yourself is the first prerequisite. We have to love who we are. Who are we? We're a child of Hashem. We are the son or daughter, the children of the creator of the universe. Wow. Can you get a higher position than that? Unless, of course, you were the creator of the universe, which we are not. That's as high as you can go, the child of the creator of the universe. And as much as we love our children, and our parents loved us, and their parents loved them, understand this, that we are, for all intent and practical purposes, parents to the children we have, etc., 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 all the way back. However, at the end of the day, all of us, you, me, our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, all the way back to Adam, we are all the children of Hashem. Therefore, He wants what's only the best for us. How could you not love somebody for that? Someone who wants only the best for us, and actually has the power to give it to us if we are deserving of it, if it is something that is important in our lives, and he does this all the time. Most of you can give me examples in your own life where this has happened to a greater or lesser degree, but it does happen. So the good thing about this is once you learn how to love yourself, now you have the gift of love. It's the only gift I can think of. And if I'm wrong, you feel free to tell me. The only gift I can think of that the more you give, the more you have. Money doesn't work that way. You give money, you have less money. You give things, you give more things, you have less things. Not love. The more love you give, the more you have. How do you have a lot of friends? How do you have a lot of people who love you? You love them. My father, Rabbi Shalom, used to always say, you want to have a friend? Be a friend. And it's really very simple. We need to be able to understand we are put here in this world. It's a world of love. Love is what brings the world forth. Without love, and by the way, while I'm on the subject, you need to understand, as I've told you before, there's perfect balance in the universe. So if there's a lot of love, there's a lot of hate. And this love has to overcome this hate. And eventually it will, because remember, the guys in the white hats always win. So the more love you have, the more love you give, the more you have, and the more you give, and the more you have, and the more you give, and it just winds like a spiral up. And that spiral goes, where does that spiral go? It goes directly to Shemayim, goes directly to Hashem, to the creator of the universe. He sees it, and he's proud of us, because we are like him. He made us in his image, and we are like him. He has love for us. We have love for each other. It's like in your family, if you had siblings, and your parents told you, don't you fight with him or her. That's your brother, that's your sister. It was a big edict in our family, and a big edict in a lot of families, I'm sure. So you have to look at this as how important it really is. The good thing about it is the more you give, the more you have. And everybody looks to me and they say, Rabbi, the problem is there's so much to do. How can I do this? I'm only one person. There's 7.5 billion people on the face of the earth. How could I do this? It's not enough. I'm not enough. Well, you're partially correct. In and of yourself, in and of ourselves, we are not enough. We need more than that. But I want you to consider something. And you've probably thought about this before. If someone hasn't brought it up to you, you may have thought about it on your own. If you take a pebble and you throw it into a pond, it makes a splash. That's the initial reaction. It makes a splash. All right? But there's more. If you look for a while and you keep your eyes on that pond, what you're going to notice is not only was there a splash, but there's a ripple effect. The ripples come out and go out and go out and go out. What do? They move a rock here, they move a fish there, they do this, they do that, they do many things. Some things we don't see because they're underwater. Doesn't matter, we don't have to see it. We have to be aware, though, that stone that we threw into the brook, into the pond, had an effect far-reaching beyond just the initial splash. We're much the same, my friends. We have an effect. Okay, I can't do everything myself. I can't make this happen. I can't make that happen. What can we do? We can make sure that everyone we know knows what we know. In a nice way, not a condescending way, not a mean way, that they be told, this is what's going on. In the world that we live today, we have things where facts have been overridden by opinions and the ability or the desire of people to dominate us without facts. So we have to take a critical look at what we're given and say, is this real? Does this make sense? Is this the kind of thing that Hashem would do? Is this the kind of thing the creator of the universe would do? And because of that, when we find out what these things are, we do need to pass them along. Is that much? It could make all the difference in the world, because I tell you, you tell her, she tells him, they tell 6 other people, and sooner or later it gets to somebody who's really in a position to do something, or several people who are really in a position to do something. But without us first making that initial contact, without us first making that initial approach to people so that they know what's going on, you're right, there's not much that can be done. So let's remember how important we are. and what Hashem has given us and what we can do for it, and the very, very strong power of love. That's a good title for a song. And how the power of love is so great, because the more we give, the more we get back. Now, I'm going to do some things over the next several months, which are going to be a little bit of a change for us. I'm working with some people at a thing called Project Care. It was originally started by Dr. Zev Balin, who was of Breslov, Israel. Some of you may know him by reputation. Some of you may know him personally. Dr. Balin was a fine psychotherapist and a great rabbi, and he unfortunately was niftar in January, so he won't be with us anymore. But his Rebbitzin has asked us to continue his work with his Project Care website. So I'm going to give you the site address now, and then I'm going to give it to you again at the end. Hopefully I'll remember. And it's important you do this because there's going to be more available there than what we have here. The website is drzevbalin.com. That's D like David, R, Z like zebra, E, V like victory, B like brother, ALLEN.com. It's called Project Care. It's important we do this for several reasons. One, this also helps provide an income for the doctors Rebbitzin, and that's something we want to do. But more than that, the lessons that will come across in there. We have lessons in Tanya. We have lessons in Tehillim. And I'm going to do something I've never really done before, and hopefully it will be appreciated for those of you who like what you see here, and you maybe think you'd like to have more. I'd love to give you more. So what I'm going to be doing from now on is every Friday, like I do now, I'll do something between 10 and 15 minutes long for people who come on to Facebook and want to watch, people who come onto YouTube and want to watch, and I'm also going to post it on drzevbalin.com for the Project Care. This way, other people will get exposure to it as well. And starting this Sunday, every Sunday through Thursday, I'm going to do a posting of a 1 to 2 minute piece. Nothing much, nothing extensive. It's going to be words of inspiration, encouragement, learning. Something that seems timely and is important at the moment. And because it's only a minute or two, it doesn't take long to watch it. So you can come back every day and get a little bit new. It's not going to be the same thing that you got on Friday. It may be something might be the same in it to continue on a thought, but for the most part, it'll be something new, something to look forward to every day to get your day off to a good start. Or conversely, if you got your day off and you didn't get a chance to do it, and the day didn't go exactly as you felt it would, it's a good way to end your day, to bring yourself back up before you go to sleep at night. So hopefully these changes will be something that will be of an interest to you. If they are, please participate. Again, the website is DR, that's like doctor, Zev, Z like zebra, E-V, BALLEN.com. drzevbalin.com. The website is for a thing called Project Care. And the idea of Project Care is to be able to teach people what they need to know to have happy, healthy, loving, joyous, fulfilling lives. Not only to have them, but to teach other people how to have them as well. So my friends, thank you for coming today. I appreciate it. You all have a great Shabbos, a Chodesh Tov. We have a new month. We have the month of Elul coming on Sunday. So have a great new month ahead. It's our last chance before Rosh Hashanah to take care of all the things that we need to take care of with regard to our relationship with our Creator, Hashem. Now's the time. So have a great Shabbos, a great new Chodesh, and be well, my friends. Be happy. God bless. All the best.